going on, guys? So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to swap your face into any image using ChatGPT and AI. So go ahead and jump into it. The first step I always take is really trying to understand what I'm trying to create. One of the best ways to find inspiration is on Pinterest, because there's a lot of high quality images here so that you can really capture the mood you're looking for. So let's say like an image like this, you're trying to look for more of like an advertisement type look to it, or a professional type body picture, headshot body picture type of thing. Or let's say you want to do some kind of, let's see what we can find here. Even if you wanted to do something like this, which is a fitness type pose picture, holding dumbbells, all of this is achievable using AI. So what I want you guys to start thinking about when you're trying to prompt for these images and getting the highest quality is that using JSON is not the only way to do it, but it's going to be the simplest way, because it's going to break it down in a way that you can easily look at the list and change out certain things. So for an example, let's look at this image here. And what I'm going to do is screenshot this and save this image. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is go over to ChatGPT. I'm just going to simply type in explain this image in JSON. Then I'm going to drag this in. All right. Now let's give it a second to actually load. All right. And now we can see all these details based off of this image here. So let's look for the details that explain his watch, because we can see that the watch has a brown band and it has a blue face here. So let's look for accessories, watch, and we have the case color, the dial color, and the strap color. So now if there was anything I wanted to change in this, such as change this blue to red or to green, etc., that's where you want to do it in that JSON. Also, if you want to change yourself into this image, what you want to think about are things such as skin color, facial features, hair, eye color, etc. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to copy this, all right? And then we're going to still come down here, and let me just move this out of the way real quick. But we're going to come down here and we're going to add ourselves into this image, all right? So what I have here is just a simple base character layout. And what I'll actually do is I'm going to use the one that has the front facing. So we'll go to my AI avatars and we'll find this one. All right. We're going to drag that in. And then what I'm going to have it do is explain this character's facial features, hair style, complexion, and let's see what else we could possibly look for. So we have complexion. We could do body build, for an example, or body composition, which would be the sizing. So is somebody more muscular or less muscular, etc. All right. So explain this character's facial features, hairstyle, complexion, and body composition in JSON, and combine / replace JSON in the previous step with the new details, placing my character in the original image JSON. All right. Now, the way I'm typing this is just kind of flowing with, what I'm thinking at the moment. Do you have to make it this long and detailed? No, you don't need to, but it does help if you do. So as we can see, type of photo, portrait photo, it's a male, it's describing all the facial features, the lips, the cheeks, etc. Full beard. All right. So now it looks like it did end up just giving us the JSON to describe him. So what we can do is say, combine my avatar's JSON into this image's JSON, placing the man in the image with my, all right, we'll let that load up here. All right, and now so you guys can see, we can see all the details of my person up here, and then we come down here and we can see the pose, we can see the clothing. So now it's a long sleeve knit, black slim fit, accessories with the watch, necklace, bracelet, etc., and the framing. So now we have this JSON, and what we want to do now is actually go into OpenArt. So let me open that up real quick and I'll switch that over for you guys. All right, there we go. So when we are using OpenArt, what I prefer to do, and as you guys can see, these are some of the generations from my recent video, and even creating the background for the TikTok, you see all that stuff is possible. So I like using Nano Banana. And what we're going to do is just go to text to image, and we're just going to simply copy in that prompt we created here. And what I also like to do is add in the shot of my character. So for example, we'll add in this base character just so we can have a perfect reference for my character. And then from that point, we can decide if we want it to be, a 9:16 or 16:9. So we'll do widescreen for this one. and then we'll just click create image, and we'll give it a little bit of time to see what it creates here for us. Now, remember, the goal is more so for us to actually be able to create unique renditions. So we can take, inspiration from these different places like Reddit, etc. We always want to put our own touch on it and use it to learn how to do it the correct way. All right, so we can see two images here for an example where it turned my character into the same scene. Now, one thing I do want to point out here is if you guys ever have the error where you see how it's showing the image, but then it also shows the image in the background, the reason is because of the sizing. So somewhere most likely in here, like how we see here, tight, medium, close up, or orientation vertical, it's framing it as a 9:16 versus a 16:9. So in this case, what we can just do is come down here and just use this as a mobile version, and we can do the same thing and regenerate. And we can give it a little bit of time there, and there we go. So now we can actually see that we have a realistic image of my avatar put into the same scene as before. So if we look back at this scene, now we can see, if we want to change the hand positioning or make the arms crossed or something like that, then we can be a little bit more detailed in, our script. Another way we can do this is literally just screenshotting. So let's screenshot this, and we're basically just doing this for the hand positioning. Sometimes this will work. Sometimes it may kind of throw things off completely. So let's see what it does for us. And I'm just going to type in here, use reference image for hand positioning. All right. And let's generate. Let's see what happens. Now, one thing to keep in mind too, we do have a tool on here for positioning like a character. So you can also generate the character and then also go there and tweak the positioning of the body and set how you want it. All right. So now we can see the hand is more so in front of the face. So we can see down here, it wasn't over the face just as much. Let's see how this one turns out over here. Okay, so that one gave us a little bit more of an angle here, which is pretty cool. We can see the chain and everything else is still there as well. So this is how you can basically take inspiration from any shot you see online and make it your own, make your new profile pictures, or even tweak this to become other artworks. So in other lives that we actually do, we'll start talking about how can we take this and turn it into a banner graphic or a poster or something else, like repurposing it and really making it look high quality. So nonetheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It's going to be short, straight to the point. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on your generations, how to get better results, etc. And make sure you also get the free prompts, 100+ free AI prompts that go over everything you need to take your business to the next level. No matter if you're a content creator, a fitness coach owner, a lawyer, etc. All of these workflows can actually work to enhance your business. So